Hello, and I'm Kenson Raymond. I am a DOJ from the WOLC Immigration Services. So, if you are watching this video, we ask that you please subscribe, like it, and share it with a loved one, a friend that could find this video very, very helpful. So, quickly, we would like to discuss this decision that the Trump administration took on the program that's called CHNV. Okay, so CHNV program is 4 countries that the Biden administration give an opportunities for a sponsor in the U.S. to bring over a loved or friend or loved one overseas, and they could stay in this country for 2 years. But within them arriving into the country, they also had the opportunities to apply for other status, such as an asylum case or TPS case or a family petition for them. Anything that they could apply or adjust their status legally while they are in the U.S. Okay, so again, CHNV, those folks come directly straight from their home country or a foreign country where they were residing. Now, the confusion that I need to make clear is that I do realize that based on the decision that was made, that the deadline is April the 24th, where the DHS can now start removal proceedings and deport you from this country. However, we are also aware and know that a lot of folks are working in the U.S. legally. Okay, all right, and I'm going to continue to say that those folks, they came into the country legally. Okay, however, the Trump administration declared that they are now illegal. Okay, then of course he's able to do that because it was a president executive order that was taken, and likewise he has the same right to also issue a president executive order, which he has already done. Okay, now what I want to make clear for you guys that's watching this video is that it's not just because you came through this humanitarian parole program to the U.S. and now that you are working and you have a work permit. If you look at your work permit, it says C11. Okay, the work permit says C11. Okay, now these folks are scheduled to lose their job on April 24th. Now, the thing about this is that not all folks that arrive into this country, like for those that came from the U.S.-Mexico border or the California, Texas, wherever they may have crossed to come to the U.S., fall under the CHNV. CHNV is for 4 countries. However, you have other programs or other status or other factors that triggers how these folks arrive into the country, and they receive the same type of work permit, the C11. Okay, so you that are watching this video need to make sure that you educate yourself. You look at the way that you arrive into this country. Okay, you may arrive as a CHNV, but did you adjust your status? Did you have a loved one that had already petitioned for you and you had seek to adjust that status for whatever that your loved one had done for you? Whether it was a green card, whether it was an asylum case that you applied for, okay? Whether you had applied for TPS. So if you have already, seek a different status, you are okay. Okay. However, we do know that at one point, the Trump administration had also put a froze on these decision making. Okay, but if you had timely apply and adjust your status or seek a legal status, you are okay. Now, the other thing I want to make clear is that not just because you have a C11 means that you are a CHNV, which I think I just said a while ago. Those folks that came from like the Mexico, that crossed from Texas, California, okay, the thing that's called an I-94, it tells you how you arrive into this country. So the CHNV I-94s, a lot of them would be HP for the Haitian. For the Cuban would be CHP. Venezuela likewise, okay, VHP. So it's the country's name followed by the humanitarian code, HP, okay? The country's first letter, okay? For Haiti again, it would be H, okay? So for the Cuban would be a C. So you need to look at the four countries, okay? You need to look at the four countries. Again, you need to look at the four countries, and then what letter, okay? That country's letter would be the first one, followed by HP. That is what gives you CHNV. That is the program that the Trump administration is ending, okay? Starting April 24th, okay? So if you have something else like DT, you do not fall under the CHNV, okay? And you need to educate yourself. You need to educate your employers, your HR department, to make sure that you don't lose your job. Okay. And I mean this. Okay. You need to educate you. You need to fight for your right. You need to know that you are legally can work in this country if you are authorized to work for. And as far as I'm concerned, as I'm doing this video right now, maybe later on something else may change. But as of right now, okay, as of right now, you are still qualified to work legally in this country, even if you have a CH11 but fall under a DT. Okay, fight for your right. Don't let anyone just take advantage of you. Again, for the CHNV, if you had already applied for a different status, if you have a TPS, you are still legally allowed to work. Now, if you have a TPS work permit, give it to your employers. If you have a TPS, if your TPS was approved and you don't have a work permit, however, okay, unfortunately, you have a status, but your C11 will still end up expiring. Okay, so it is a bit confused, but I also advise you and that you please find a legal organization or an attorney that that is an immigration attorney that can speak to you, that can look at your case, that can give you legal advice on what is best for you. Don't just take the word from what you see on Facebook, on what you see on YouTube. There are a lot of great information out there. There's a lot of great folks that are really well educated, that are really caring for the community, that are giving great advice, okay? However, we have a lot of folks as well that's just looking for views, that's just trying to put a fear on us, okay? So I want you to educate yourself, know the rights, subscribe to channels like us. There's a lot of great attorneys that are putting great information out there. There's a lot of great organizations that are putting great information. Just make sure you get your information from the right source, okay? But from time to time, we'll do our best to drop videos. If you need our assistant, you can always come to the office. You can try to call us. Sometimes it's hard to get up with us over the phone, but coming to the office is always easier. My number is 443-783-1455. The office is 443-736-3399. We can assist you if you are in removal proceedings and you have a court hearing. We can see if we can go with you and help you through the process. It is a very difficult time that we are in right now. So be patient, know your rights, always know your rights, and follow the law. Follow the law. There's a lot of things that they can't do to you, without due processes. Okay, so make sure you educate yourself. Again, it's Kenson Raymond from WLC Immigration Services. From time to time, we will drop these videos. Just stay alert and be safe. All right, bye.